The proverb, "A moment of impatience may lead to a lifetime of regret," carries profound significance. As we embark on today's journey, my charge to you is this: take your time, not only when driving or navigating the roadways, but also in giving yourself grace. Trust that in due course, everything will fall into place. Hi there everyone, hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for joining us as we dive into a series of informative and thought-provoking features. Stay with us as we navigate these magazine pages. Thanks for staying with us. A motor vehicle crash can happen in the blink of an eye. While unfortunate and unplanned, it is crucial to know the proper steps to take when reporting them. So whether you're sitting or standing, stay focused and absorb the important information coming your way.
You know how they say accidents do happen, unexpectedly and often unintentionally. Though road safety experts no longer define these unfortunate incidents involving motor vehicles as accidents, they're certainly never intended. Unfavorable weather conditions, objects on the road, your miscalculation while driving, or another driver can cause crashes, even for the best defensive drivers. That's exactly why it's important to know how to respond in these situations. So, what do you do at that exact moment? What should be your next steps? And when and how should you file a police report?
For the number of reports that come to this station, perhaps it's on a basis of about 10 to 15 per day. That's the number of accidents per day. So after a road traffic accident, person should first try to clear the roadway if they are obstructing the traffic for other motorists. Secondly, drivers are expected to exchange vehicle documents, and the documents should include their registration certificate, certificate of fitness, insurance certificate, and your driver's license information. Those are the essential 4 pieces of information that should be provided to both parties after an accident. Contact information is optional, but you have cases where a person tries to settle outside insurance, and that's now a civil matter. It's an agreement between both parties. So if they want to exchange contact information, that's also optional, depending on the intention that they have in terms of fixing the vehicle outside insurance or what.
Your next step? Making a police report about the collision. This is always a good idea. That way you have proof of exactly what happened and the scope of any injuries.
In terms of our approach as police officers for a motor vehicle accident, first the critical thing is to check for injuries, make sure that persons are okay. If there's a need for persons to be assisted to the hospital for any sort of treatment, we should make sure we render assistance to persons in need of that care first. Secondly, we check for the damage for the vehicles, make sure there is no obstruction along the roadway, and then we can treat with the document or the exchange of particulars between both parties. After making a report of a motor vehicle accident, the next step that persons are advised to do is to make a report to their insurance company, and that's for another motorist. As it relates to a pedestrian or persons who are injured, they are also advised to get the assistance of an attorney to file a personal injury claim against the party that is liable in the accident. For follow-up visits, what we do, we have cases where persons are seriously injured, some of which are not able to make it to the station to give a report in the first instance. So what we try to do, whether the persons are hospitalized, we ensure that visits are made and that the person's conditions are updated as we go along. As we through the investigation, we ensure that the person's conditions are updated along the procedure.
But are you always required to report traffic collisions?
Not in all cases a report must be filed. for accidents. We have situations where it could be a very minor mishap. For example, someone could be reversing from their garage, they could bump their gate. So in those cases, it's not necessary for them to make a report. But for other situations involving another motorist, or a case where a pedestrian or a property is damaged, a report is expected to be made, because persons at times are expected to make claims, whether from their insurance company or their attorneys, based on the damage received or the injuries they've sustained.
Reports from the Road Safety Unit shows that up to April 26, 139 lives have been cut short because of road crashes this year, with over 100 of those being males. And for the corresponding period last year, 136 lives were lost in road crashes. On a more global level, studies from the World Health Organization (WHO) show that approximately 1.35 million people die each year as a result of road traffic crashes, and 3% of most countries' gross domestic product is spent on road traffic crashes.
The most common cause of motor vehicle accidents, from my understanding, it's mostly impatience on the part of some of the drivers, and lack of knowledge as to how the roadways should be used. And I also believe the implementation of traffic signs at various areas would also aid the process, because most drivers are not aware of what to do at various parts of the roadway.
In the face of such figures, even the most careful driver can suddenly encounter a bit of bad fortune on the road. You know that saying, decisions can be like car accidents, sudden and full of consequences. So how about making the right decision to be responsible road users today?
I go and Tina, they don't want to come for none of them there. So what, you don't like bike man?
Yeah, but man I like careless man. Where your helmet?
Bad man no real helmet, mama.
Stop the foolishness. We have one friend dead. 3 with pin on them leg when rain a fall. Them can't walk good.
Yeah, me understand what you're saying. So what, you can go for your ride weekend?
Yeah, when you get helmet for me and you.
Safety on the roads is paramount, and there's a simple yet effective way to safeguard the lives of road users, particularly those on motorbikes: wearing a helmet.
In Jamaica, motorcycling is more than just a transportation. For some, it's a lifestyle. But this thrilling ride comes with high stakes. Data from the National Road Safety Council shows that motorcyclists account for more than 30% of fatalities from road crashes. 90% of the motorcyclists who die on our roads were not wearing a helmet. With these alarming statistics, the Jamaica National Foundation (JNF) and the National Road Safety Council (NRSC) have combined forces to create the National Helmet Wearing Coalition (NHWC). The initiative is being funded by a global charity, the FIA Foundation out of London.
The main purpose is to create an environment, an ecosystem, if you will, where motorcyclists will want to wear a helmet and will want to wear an approved standard helmet.
Tradition and habit often outweigh safety in Jamaica. Many riders shun helmets and gear, risking severe injury and death.
If you wear a helmet and you are involved in a crash, up to 60% of those who are involved in a crash will not die. And the main reason for this is that helmets protect your head. And head injuries is a big problem with motorcyclists. They die because of this. They die because of other reasons. They have problems with their legs. They have severe injuries because they're wearing slippers and shorts. But the big problem is that they're not wearing helmets.
In recent years, the roads have become increasingly dangerous for motorcycle drivers.
We have seen a tremendous increase in the number of them dying. 2012, only 260 people died. Last year, 425 died. And the main reason is that in 2012, 41 motorcyclists died. Last year and the year before, over 150. So we have had a tremendous jump. And it's mainly due to the young motorcycles, which are cheap imports out of China. And if the police sees them, because they have no license, they have no insurance, and police sees them and they buy another one tomorrow morning because they have money from different sources.
Picture this. You are behind the wheel and suddenly a yang zooms towards you pulling a wheelie. It's a heart-stopping moment, isn't it?
It's scary. You can make a sudden move and endanger your own life. So that's a big problem now, and it's not just a yang. I've seen the messengers who are transporting lunch and dinner and all kind of things, doing wheelies also. It's crazy. It's a cultural change that we need to address and address head on. It's not easy. Cultural change takes place over a long period of time. But we believe that we have the right messages. We are developing them now.
Several different types of helmets are available in the market. These include full-face, half, and three-quarter helmets. A full-face helmet protects your entire head and face, as well as your neck, which makes it the safest sort of motorcycle helmet to protect you in the event of impact. Half helmets cover the top and back part of your head. This style offers the lowest level of protection. Three-quarter helmets cover everything except the rider's face. Outside of helmets, many motorcyclists are also driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs such as marijuana.
Data done by Dr. Carey Fletcher of the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, an orthopedic surgeon, shows that many of the riders who crashed had consumed alcohol up to 3 hours before the crash, and many of them were driving under the influence of smoking marijuana, weed. So if you can get these drivers to do not drink and drive, do not smoke and drive, do not smoke ganja and drive, then they'll be in a better position to live, survive, and to avoid serious injuries.
The Coalition's response: comprehensive training programs teaching new riders the skills they need to stay safe.
Many of the motorcyclists are not trained to ride a bike. They buy a bike, they often don't buy a helmet. There's no law that stipulates that you must buy a helmet. Most of these are young people, 18, 19, 20, you see them around. They have no insurance.
However, riding without a helmet is a ticketable offense under Section 74, subsection 3 of the new Road Traffic Act. Drivers can also be fined for failing to have their pillion wear a helmet. The fine is $8,000 and 2 points are deducted from the driver's license for each offense. And driving without motor vehicle insurance could land you a ticket of $20,000.
Many of them are behaving irresponsibly in other areas of their life. They jump on a bike, they just went around the corner, they don't believe that it's going to cause them any trouble. And because of this, many of them die and are injured. So the first thing that we have tried to do is to start a training program. We started a training program in Westmoreland in association with the Ministry of National Security, Heart Trust, and other agencies to try and train bikers to ride properly. And part of the program, part of the incentive is that once they pass the yard test in this training program, when they go to the depot and the ITA, they don't have to repeat it. They just need to do the other standard tests that they do here. So it's an incentive.
With support from the Office of the Prime Minister, 10,000 helmets are being distributed. But it's not just about giving helmets, it's about changing minds.
So far, 2,000 have been purchased, and that will be distributed through the National Road Safety Council. So we're going to shut this into the training program because we don't believe in handing out a helmet, because most people who get a helmet will not wear it. We believe in training and encouraging and telling you how to use it and the importance of it. So between the Prime Minister's program and the National Helmet Wearing Coalition and other areas of funding, we're hoping to get a helmet on the heads of every driver in this country.
And the coalition's message to motorcyclists?
Wearing a helmet will save your life. If you're a motorcyclist, it will save your life. Wearing a helmet is a sensible thing to do. It should become part of your whole approach to riding. Riding is a fun thing. It can be a fun thing. Yes, it is for many a means of transportation, moving from point A to point B. A lot of riders are people who are working class citizens who use their bike to ride to work every day. And there are some who really enjoy riding. So in order for you to deal with both of those issues, in terms of going to work and enjoying the riding, you wear helmets, you will survive. You'll survive for your family's sake, you'll survive for the nation's sake, and you'll survive for your sake. So get to the program, wear a helmet.
Ride safe, Jamaica, for your family, your nation, and yourself. Wear a helmet.
So it is important for us at JCA that our customers are treated fairly, right? And we know it's easy. I'm being frank, it's easy to blame customs for everything. But how do you verify whether customs is charging you or not? There's what we call a reference number, or we call it a C number. So if it is that you import anything, the de minimis is now $100 US. So if you import something that is $99 and your courier is saying that customs has charged you, ask your courier for the C number, go onto the customs website and check or download the mobile app, type in your reference number, and you are able to see what the payment was. Your courier must provide you with a customs invoice. And if you have problems after that, send something to quick.response@jca.gov.jm and we will follow through because we take these matters very, very serious. Send a report with your detail, identifying who you are, what your import is, who is your courier company, and the challenges that you are having. And what we will do as the regulator, as the persons who authorizes courier companies to submit documentation on your behalf, electronic documentation, we will investigate. And I can tell you that our CEO has taken a zero-tolerance stance against freight forwarders, couriers who are perpetrating these type of, I call them offense, against the customers. And there are avenues that are available if they continue to do these things, that there is redress and there are things that can be done. For example, we hope we don't get to that, but the commissioner has the power to suspend their access to our platform where these declarations are submitted. So we urge the courier companies, comply, treat your customers well, give them the correct information, and there's still opportunity for you to continue to make a wonderful living from the trade.
Plastic pollution is a topic that's been discussed on nearly every platform. But what exactly is it, and why is it so dangerous? Stick with us to learn more about the impact.
It is all around us. It's in almost everything we use. At times, it's impossible to imagine life without it, and yet, life with it could cease to exist. Plastic pollution is caused by the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment. It has extensive impact on the environment, marine life, and human health, contaminating waterways, harming wildlife through ingestion and entanglement, and disrupting ecosystems. But if this thing is so dangerous, why did we begin to use it in the first place? Even better, why don't we just get rid of it? As humans lived and consumed much of the planet's resources, thinkers began to look for a better way to provide for the needs and desires of people while keeping the environment intact. After all, nature can only produce so much wood, metal, stone, bone, tusk, and horn. The search was one for something that could replace and spare the Earth's natural resources. John Hyatt invented celluloid, the first artificial plastic, but it was flammable. Leo Baekeland invented Bakelite, the one responsible for modern plastic. Bakelite was the first fully synthetic plastic, meaning it contained no molecules found in nature. Marketed as the material of 1,000 uses, Bakelite could be molded into almost anything, providing endless possibilities. The creation of new materials also helped free people from the social and economic constraints imposed by scarcity of natural resources. When advertisements praised celluloid as the savior of elephants and tortoise, of course that's something humans could get behind. Plastics began to replace other materials such as wood, glass, and fabric in our daily items. Thus, the plastic revolution began. Fast forward to now, and plastic is in everything that we use: our bottles, kitchen utensils, food packaging, cell phones, televisions, computers, furniture, clothing, makeup, you name it. And thus the problem of plastic pollution. Did you know that almost every piece of plastic that you have used still exists? This is so because plastics do not biodegrade. That is, they do not decay naturally and in a way that is not harmful. Plastics generally only break down into smaller pieces, and even that will take some time. It takes about 20 years for a plastic bag to break down. Plastic water bottles and cups take 450 years. Our toothbrushes and disposable diapers take 500 years to break down. It means the things we use for our comfort and dispose of today will not disintegrate in our lifetime, causing not just problems for ourselves, but also for tomorrow's people. So with nowhere to go, plastics stick around and contaminate soil and waterways, disrupting ecosystems and harming biodiversity. Marine life, for instance, mistakes plastic debris for food, leading to ingestion and blockages in their digestive systems. This can cause injury, starvation, and even death. In addition, chemicals leaching from plastics can also harm marine organisms. The harm to our environment and animals from plastic waste impacts humans who use and ingest what nature creates. Microplastics have been found in seafood, salt, and drinking water, raising concerns about the health threat to humans by way of consumption. It contributes to the spread of diseases by providing breeding grounds for bacteria and other pathogens in stagnant water trapped in discarded items. It can harm human activities such as fishing, tourism, and recreation, which rely on healthy marine and terrestrial ecosystems. Furthermore, the economic costs of plastic pollution, including cleanup efforts and damage to infrastructure, ultimately affect communities. Additionally, exposure to chemicals present in plastic additives and pollutants absorbed by plastics may have long-term health implications, including endocrine disruption, reproductive issues, and cancer. Plastics are made from fossil fuels, which contribute to the climate crisis. In 2019, plastics generated 1.8 billion metric tons of greenhouse gas emission, which is about 3.8% of the global total. Addressing plastic pollution is crucial not only for environmental conservation, but also for safeguarding human health and well-being. So, what is to be done? We need to significantly reduce plastic production and limit its use. It's something that will not be easy, but which experts say must be done. Recycling, while of some help, will not solve the long-term problem. We need to phase out single-use plastics, something Jamaica has already started. In addition to small bags and straws, the government and civil society-led agenda is focusing immediately on things like plastic lunchboxes and personal care products with microplastic beads in them. As a society, we all need to be involved in finding sustainable alternatives to plastics. Individually, we can spread awareness about the environmental movements and donate or join organizations confronting the issue. Without a clean and healthy environment, we cannot prosper and live healthy lives.
Built out a host of drones, a fleet of drones that we use to manage our land resource, and they include small drones like the DJI Mavic 2 that I have, and also the larger drones like the DJI Matrix 350.
The National Land Agency, NLA, utilizes drones to effectively manage land resources through inspections. For smaller properties, the NLA employs smaller drones. In contrast, for larger properties, the agency opts for larger drones that can cover more ground and conduct longer flights to map extensive areas. The NLA integrates drone technology across several departments. It uses drones for land valuation, inspections, and deratings. Additionally, the drones assist in property mapping, cadastral surveys, and topographic surveys. The agency's estate management division also benefits from this technology, as it aids in managing various properties and land leases.
We've also incorporated the technology in hydrographic surveys. So we're mapping many of our piers, many of our nearshore harbors, and we're using the drone technology to assist the hydrographers as well in their work. Additionally, we have implemented a drone pilot training course where individuals can come and they can be trained as drone pilots. That's a tremendous course. It actually has taken off very well. It's a 3-week course and it's a premium course. So we do advise that persons can come and become a part of that course, and when they leave, they'll be certified drone pilots. Our HR department, they have a form that can be filled. So once someone has an interest, they can give us a call, and we can actually give them the information as to how to sign up for that course. Currently, the cost of this course is 150,000 Jamaican dollars. We have kept that cost for the last 3 years, and this is a premium course. It's worth much more than that. When an individual comes into this course, they will learn the theory behind drone technology. They will learn how to do drone maneuvers so that they can be safe while flying. They will learn all the rudiments of the drone and how it works. They'll also learn the legal requirements. So they'll learn how to apply for a permit to fly. They'll learn how to operate within the airspace, which most persons who are flying drones do not understand, that there are laws, regulations, do's and don'ts. So it's a very packed course, and the persons will leave as robust pilots.
As we conclude today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, we hope you found these features informative and engaging. Stay connected with GIS through our website at gis.gov.jm and on social media. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Matron Atkinson, wishing you a fantastic weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.